Welcome back in. So again, the movie 50 Shades of Grey opened this weekend at theaters across the country with record-setting numbers at the box office, but it doesn't open without some controversy. Joining us this morning to discuss some of the issues is licensed therapist Dr. Misty Smith. Good to see you this morning.
Good to see you too, Mike.
Okay, so now we do know that 1 in 4 women are sexually abused in this country. Okay, yes. So that's a high number. Several women's groups and religious groups have argued that this movie normalizes violence in the bedroom. Now, you're a certified therapist, we know that.
Yes.
And you went and saw the movie as well. What was your takeaway, and do you agree with some of those criticisms?
I did, and Mike, I've seen a lot of criticisms about this movie, and the point of the movie is that it is about a lifestyle choice of a dominant and submissive, and that is a lifestyle choice. It's not about sexually abusive or emotionally abusive relationships. There are plenty of people who experience those kinds of relationships, and if you have experienced those relationships or any of that as a child or an adult, then it might be a movie that you just want to stay away from. But there are a lot of people who just don't understand and can't wrap their head around that lifestyle,
Sure.
and those people might not also enjoy that movie.
Sure, absolutely. And look, I'm not here to judge either, and we just want to tell our viewers as well, we're going to be as discreet as we can talking about some of these issues. But again, some critics of the movie, though, say that the male character, he still, though, is condescending, he's a stalker, and maybe heaps some emotional abuse on the female character. Do you think that was accurate in that portrayal?
I don't think so. I think that his character is meant to be that of a dominant individual, and he's very aware of her feelings throughout, and he gives her opportunities to have an opinion. And is he a stalker? He has the means. He's a billionaire. He has the means to be available and be at her disposal. So, it's definitely a situation where if you don't want someone in your space all the time, but there are a lot of things in the movie, Mike, that weren't put into the movie, that were in the book, that explains a lot of things that if you just see the movie,
right, you
might think he's a stalker. However, in the book, it elaborates a lot more.
Well, now, if you went with your partner, if you're a couple going to see this movie, it would certainly open the door for dialogue and communication about that part of your relationship, and I guess that would be a good thing, right?
It can be a good thing. There are a couple things from the movie that I think are important, and those are the expectations that movie might bring about. Because, as some people might leave that movie with expectations of people wanting to explore things that their partner might not necessarily want to explore. We have to be realistic in that, it's a movie that's meant to entice our intimate senses and allow it to do that. And if it brings up conversation about what you want or what you don't want or what you're lacking or not lacking in your relationship, then it's done a good thing. Now, it also can bring up some unrealistic expectations for women in that we don't all date billionaires, and they can't all take us, fly us in helicopters to Seattle or rent glider planes or buy us new Audis. So be realistic and let it, bring up the ideas that you need to keep romance in your relationship.
But obviously, and you touch on it, it's a box office smash so far. The book was very popular. A lot of women we know went to go see the movie. So why do you think that is? Why do you think women like this subject so much?
Well, a lot of people are interested in things that they have never experienced, or it's escapism, Mike. It's, we get caught up in our jobs, our marriage, our children, life, and all of those responsibilities, and it is an escape that not everyone is actually interested in doing in real life, but it gives you the opportunity to kind of get out of your head and experience something that is enticing and sensual.
So then I guess my last question is the movie romantic?
Well, that would depend on your version of romance.
Okay. I thought The Dirty Dozen was very romantic. Force 10 from Navarone, Bridge Too Far.
You might not like that movie.
Okay, so.
But it is. It is in a sense romantic. He pursues her, and he makes her feel like she is the absolute center of her world.
And what woman does not want that?
Exactly.
All right.
So, but maybe you should see the movie for yourself.
I mean, I need to. Dr. Misty Smith, convenienttherapy.com. Check out our blog, too. There's always good stuff there as well. All right, Mickey, you going to go see it?
Oh, yeah, probably.